Hey, what's up? I thought I'd give you a tour of our place here in the springtime. So let's go for a little walk, huh? We're coming out the front door right now. There's a nice little bed for the cats to sleep on. And we're coming out here to the front. Roses are starting to bloom. They're beautiful when that first blossom comes out. There's the front yard. You can see the trees that we planted around here. This is a little patio we put in this year. Pavers. There's the trash can. Hold on. There's some beautiful lavender by the garage. It's a beautiful day today. April 3rd, I think. April 3rd, maybe April 4th, I don't know. Let's see. April 3rd, yeah. Bradford pear, crepe myrtles, red oak. Beautiful Japanese maple there by the garage. This is a flowering plum. I just trim under it so we can park cars under here in the summertime. This is the first little orchard I put in. It's got about, 14 trees, something like that. You see, this is an apricot tree, and it's loaded with apricots. It's gonna be a good apricot year. There's a nectarine, pluots, and a hedge I put there, Photinia. Kind of break up the view a little bit. Here's another apricot tree. This is Santa Rosa plum, a nectarine and a peach, and a couple more apricot trees and pluots in there. That's the old peach tree that was here when we came, and always had really bad fungus, curly leaf. But I sprayed it with a copper fungicide twice this year, and so far it's got a little curly leaf on it, but not bad. So there's some roses we planted by the pump. Now this is one fence going to the back. You can see the olive trees right there. Let's go take a look at them. These olive trees are about 5 different varieties, and I don't remember which one is which. I pruned them for the first time. They're 6 years old. I pruned them for the first time a couple weeks ago. I put the olive trees in for one reason. When they get tall, I want to put a brown robe on and put my hands behind my back and walk through the middle of them, contemplating and looking very spiritual or thoughtful, at least. So that's the olive trees. This little berm put in a long time ago. It has a little lavender. I'm going to go ahead and plant some tomatoes in here this year. Weeds are always a big problem, so you got to kind of think before you plant how much you want to take care of things. That is what they call the flame willows, and they're only 2 years old. Kind of a bush. They're really pretty. You see the part of the backyard. Now this is a cherry tree. Is awesome this year. We getting really lucky because we got 3 or 4 really nice days coming up, and so the bees are out. They don't like it when it's cold, and they don't like it when it's windy. So today's a perfect day. It's going to be like 70 degrees and just a slight breeze. A couple willow trees we put in. This is the arbor we just put in, and we have trumpet vine that we planted last year, I think. So it could take a couple years, but eventually this will all be covered with trumpet vine in this summertime, hopefully. And I can put a brown robe on and put my hands behind my back and walk in a contemplative state. The greenhouse, it's already getting a little warm for for the greenhouse. I got a few tomatoes in there, some Crenshaw melons. Man, I tell you, seeds don't germinate, and they don't give you many seeds in a package anymore. These ambrosias, I just planted them yesterday. So yeah, today's the 3rd. Opened up the package and there's only 5 seeds in it. I mean, come on, guys. It's got to be 1 million seeds in one ambrosia melon. I'm going to save them next year. There's some milkweed to attract the monarch butterflies. Some more Crenshaws I'm trying to start. Some orange flesh honeydews and that French cantaloupe. I don't know how you say it, but it's really good. Now, this is a pathway we're getting ready to set pavers in. They were actually supposed to get delivered yesterday, but some old guy ran into the truck that was carrying the pavers, so pavers all got broke. The old guy's, I guess he's okay, and the truck driver's fine. So I've shared this image before. We have a little koi in there, a waterfall, more koi in here. They're starting to feed now. You don't feed them in the wintertime, but they're starting to come up and getting a little hungry. You can see things are starting to blossom. There's Gracie. Hi, Gracie. There's Benny. Benny and Gracie. Gracie, oh, flapping her tail. Little sitting area. A new little berm we put in just a couple weeks ago. We buy most of our flowers or a lot of the flowers we buy at a grocery outlet here in California, and they're like half the cost of Lowe's or Home Depot. And we do use a lot of flowers around here. That's a mulberry tree, not a fruitless one. It has a little purple berries on it. This is our latest project. We flood irrigate, so the water comes through here and goes out toward the road. So we're hauling in dirt in. We're going to make a dry riverbed in here. And I brought in 20 yards of dirt, field dirt. There's the hot tub, back patio, off the bedroom. So you can see I'm bringing rocks around, and Bridget's just started planting these yesterday. So that'll be filled with look like a dry riverbed, getting rocks put in there, and then this whole berm, levee, or whatever you want to call it, will be planted with whatever Bridget decides. I think mostly grasses, so we don't have to weed eat. Now we're walking out to the arena garden. We are officially a business. It's called Wind and Willow Flower Farm. So you can see there's some dirt I had delivered for that creek bed. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Okay, now we're in the arena garden. These are all the boxes we built this year. And you can see I planted some tomatoes, and I think there's an apple mint. Bridget threw a couple artichokes in there. There's some bush beans. More tomatoes here. This is going to be flowers. I had a bunch of strawberries that didn't do very well last year, so I moved them over here, and I was too lazy to split them. I just threw them in bunches, but they're doing pretty good. They're flowering and setting well. Here's some peppers I put in. You can see everything's on drip irrigation. This This row here is going to be all melons, and I'm going to grow them up on a fence, kind of a trellis. The melons, you lose a lot of them because they get wet and they rot on the ground. So I'm going to try to get them up off the ground. This will be all flowers. You can see that we built, we had this built, a little shade structure, and we just had some extra rock laying around. So our buddy has laid down the rock, and he still have the poly sand put in the middle, but as soon as everything dries out, we can do that. And this will be a nice little shade area. We're going to put a swing there on the side, and you can see here's all the Lisianthus and I forget all the flowers are going in here. Snapdragons, floret, zinnias, about 5, 6, 7 different varieties of flowers are going in here. I have this, I saved this box for my garden. So I have golden zucchini growing already, and these I started from seed in the greenhouse, golden zucchini and scallop squash and the regular green zucchini. And then you see those boxes all have flowers, and we just put in 5 faucets, which is awesome because I don't have to drag the hose anymore. So there's 5 faucets in here. And one over there, a couple over there. Before, I had to go all the way outside of the fence and go to one of the 2 faucets out there and drag 150 feet of hose out here. So this is really going to be convenient. Oh yeah, we've just put that gate in because there's going to be a bridge that goes over that dry creek bed. So you just be able to walk over and come in this way. All right, we'll go out back now. You can see all our little farm toys, a couple riding lawnmowers and a little subcompact tractor, which comes in really handy because there's a lot of tight spaces around here, and you can get in there. It doesn't carry a lot. It's not very powerful, but a lot better than pushing a wheelbarrow. There's some on the edge of the barn. You can see the end of the tulips and the daffodils, and this is all going to be zinnias in here. I ordered some crepe myrtle, and I'm going to put them in those pots there. These trees I planted just to break up the view a little bit. Sometimes things aren't that pretty out here with what your neighbors do. There's all the little sheep are out there. All the lambs. He had 23 lambs this year. This is the contractor's tractor. I got these beds all ready to go, and we're just gonna put some flowers, and I might put a couple more tomatoes out here. Usually I grow tomatoes out here. I grow like 30 tomatoes, but this year we're gonna put some more flowers for the business, for the biz. This is a cool little orchard. 30 trees in here. I planted them really close together, and I try to prune them and keep them down. The apricot trees are very aggressive little growers. They do really well out here. So it's kind of hard to keep them short, but I don't want to get on a tall ladder. And the older you get, the less time you want to spend on a ladder. You can see that's a peach tree that's still blossoming. There's another peach tree that's still a late peach. That's pretty colors, huh? This is all blackberries in here. Last summer, it got so hot, it just fried the blackberries. I might have to put a shade cloth to protect them this year. This is my new next little orchard. I think I have like 90 fruit trees now. I was going to grow blueberries in here, but I'm just too lazy to keep them weeded. So as I only got 4 left, I'll let them go, but I'm gonna put another 10, 15 fruit trees in here. That's some citrus over there, mandarins. Some of them died back, and it's only the rootstock that's growing. They got a lot of thorns on them, so I'm gonna have to take them out. A little pomegranate tree. My grapes look good. They're just starting to leaf out. I need to get them supported. And more in the back, a willow tree, a whole bunch of poplars in the very back, probably 20, 30 poplar trees maybe, and some redwoods and trees. I'm lining that whole back. Well, you can see why I'm doing it. See that? See all those cars out there? They're actually collectibles, but they're all sitting there rusting, and it's just really doesn't look pretty when you look out. One section of the back, trying to get that park setting. Oh, you can see the wisteria on the swing right there. It's blowing. And here's another little fruit orchard. All varieties of pears, apples, cherries, apricots, persimmon, you know, the Fuvio persimmon, the Asian pear, the donut peach. I don't know, forget the real name for it, but everyone calls it a donut peach. Several of those. But these trees are all, they're 2 more years away from. It takes about 5 years for the trees out here to produce. Although you can see this little apricot tree has some apricots on it. Apricots do really well out here. And these are some thuyas I planted. They're doing really well. Just kind of a windbreak and kind of a eye break, vision break. Let's see, what's this blossoming? That's a pear. So is this. Wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So I got to get out here and mow this. And oh wow, look at the apricots on that. This is an early apricot. It's called the tomcot, and so this will be the first one that comes out probably somewhere around May 20th, around that area. They're very pretty fruit. They're not the most juiciest ones, but that first apricot, you're not so picky because they still taste really good. I've started planting the old ones, the Blenheim apricots, and you can't market those because they just don't hold up. But oh man, are they the best apricot in the world? Just the old-fashioned ones. And finally, this is my little dirt pile. I notice every time I clean up around here after the winter, I'm destroying the habitat that the birds like, and all sorts of animals are living under that stuff. So I decided this time I'm just leaving it here. I'm piling everything up here, so whoever wants to move in can move in. And I noticed a lot of little birds have been flying in and out of there, so I'm just gonna leave it, you know. Get the birds. And there's the last view of the yard. Okay, well that was probably a boring little trip for you, but I just wanted to show you what the place is looking like. Thanks for coming along. I'll see ya. Well, I probably won't see you, but I'll hear from you. Okay, bye-bye.